So you think commercials
How
help?
did they even get a sign off on that? Who's paying for that shit?
All right, let's see. All right, bet. This is Lance Prince,
Yo, this is Johnny Walker.
and we're at the 10,000 Hour Podcast with just me and Johnny until our guest comes. He's a little late. It's okay. We're not worried.
Oh man, it's a vibe. I think I think this is good. We have a lot of stuff to talk about.
Dude, I want to start off with saying we've made it very far. We've done a lot of things. We've been since the last time we've sat down on the podcast. It was like fucking May of 2025. And we were talking about the show we were setting up then. That was a sellout, 200 people. It was lit. It was a festival. And here we're bringing it back in August, Howell, New Jersey, at the farm. We're going to have a bigger fucking festival. And, you know,
a full festival.
Even though the ticket sales are even more limited, that doesn't change.
No, that's not going to change the energy.
Yeah.
There's limited tickets because now this is a different
We have more
space.
space for vendors. Different type of spacing for the show environment, but that's the whole point, right?
But it's gonna be so exciting,
guys. Yeah, it's a whole different thing. We're talking a farm, guys.
We were at the venue the other day.
Beautiful.
Yo, it was like peaceful, but also I felt so inspired there, bro. It was crazy.
And we have to like make a decision if we're gonna even do like an overnight camping and shit. Like you guys,
Tim's throwing out ideas.
But
overnight camping is
we got
crazy.
options, guys. And listen, it really just starts from a fucking idea. And we started in August.
Makes the after party easier. Overnight camping.
But remember, in July of 2024, you and I were like, we need to start our own show, and we went venue searching. I started reaching out on Instagram, and I found this venue that just opened up. Shout out the Sesh House.
Sesh House.
And we find that they have a podcast set up.
Whoa.
And then what started the
Winter Table Podcast.
And so, guys, it's like everything kind of leads to one thing, right? And that led to the podcast. And then we kind of lost track of the show idea, but we never lost it in the back of our head. We had the vision. But I think
also the cool thing about when we did the podcast was it was actually opening a lot of different doors to lead to the show.
No, you're right about that.
Sauce Baby performing there, bro.
You're right.
Like it was,
or even our DJ at the time,
DJ
Angelic.
At the time, Angelic. It was like a lot of just like hitting the circuit, hitting the pavement, and even with the Sesh House. So shout out to the Sesh House for being the original space where we were able to do it. Because me and Lance, we both like related. Like he was like, "Yeah, I've always wanted to do a podcast." I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, me too."
And we did it that day.
Oh, the day that we
did it that day we walked in. We were like, "Fuck
I
it,
forgot
we're here."
That. Thank you for reminding me that,
bro. But that shows listen, there's people out there that'll be like, "Ah, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do it. We'll commit to it."
No, the price was solid. The price was solid.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is.
But
we just decided to do it.
That's such an easy, frictionless thing because it was like, all right, well, fuck it, yeah, let's do it right now. To not negate that,
right? But it's still the go-getter mentality, bro.
Go-getter.
Because again, an individual could have been like, "Ah, shit. I mean, that's gas. They could have thought that's their weed money, whatever that is, right?"
Oh yeah.
I mean, you and I just decided in that moment that money was gonna be, delegated elsewhere, and that shows also where our priorities are at.
Yeah.
It shows how adaptable we are.
Yep.
And to come to now, as far as we are to where we've changed the podcast to 10,000 hours, we have the ability to, because
now we're 30 episodes deep. We've been doing this. We've had guests, and we built our, our repertoire, our collection of.
Yeah, I think also it has elevated our skill when it comes to communication.
Right. When I sit down on a podcast and get interviewed now,
it's different. Because it's like this is almost training. It's like
right.
You're basically sitting in front of a camera just talking.
And that's why everything feeds into each other, right? Like people want to be like, "Yo, you doing too much." I hear that so often, Johnny Walker. I'm sure you hear that often too.
Yep.
And bro, I'd be like, "Yo, that's crazy," because I make this joke that I have a day off sometimes. Like it's a real joke though, because it's like
sometimes it sucks. Sometimes I get a day off.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I have a day off. But that's the reality, bro. It's like we just got to keep it going. There's so much that feeds in. I do modeling because, bro, we're right now both wearing our Gold Diggers gear.
Oh yeah, bro. I have to put this
Shout out Gold Diggers.
I still gotta post the photos from the photo shoot.
Sponsored fits right here from Gold Diggers. Shout out the brand. I got the pants on.
Tough.
But guys, like, it's sponsored, right? What does that mean? We didn't pay for these fits. And they didn't give it to us just because we are nobodies. We put in so much effort. We prioritized ourselves, and we put investment into ourselves to build a brand and leverage in order to even have these investments. So much investment.
Countless investment.
So much money.
And then I even go back to this too, where it's like my career right now is like I'm the director of sales. So then I go into think like, okay, so that skill I was able to use and leverage for us to also get sponsors for our shows.
Yes, bro. We are guys. You don't understand the power of a good team. You know what I'm saying? And like, listen, there's a difference between like a team that, like, for example, I'm my own team. I'm an individual artist. I'm my own team.
Lance, yo.
Yeah, I got manager Yana. I got all my own production manager. Got camera, whatever. And we'll work together. We'll use my because in a way we work together to meet those connections, right?
Yeah.
But that being said, ladder to that, we work together in a different way. We are both artists with the same goal. All right, we have a photo shoot, let's say, and we split the cost for the photo shoot. And what is the photographer doing? Never stop clicking. Why? Because when one artist is up, the other artist is changing.
Boom, boom, boom.
Flop, flip,
then
flop.
you had the sponsored fits. So we're always having cool flicks because you got sponsored fits.
Right, and it started with us paying for photo shoots for no fucking reason. I remember us being like, "Yo, what do we even?"
No, I mean it was for you. You
was for
obviously
branding.
need photos on your page, like,
And yeah,
my photos are still getting likes from that first photo shoot we did. Was
Picture
No,
this.
that was the picture. Yeah, because we did.
Oh, no,
we
the
doubled down.
first photo shoot was the one in April of 2024.
When was that?
We was in Booton.
With the homie with the 0 Nick.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Motherfucker wasn't gonna.
I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
But yeah, shout out Zoe for being the dopest photographer we've ever worked with. Period.
Zoe's dope. So then that was when we did the picture this photo shoot, and that photo shoot still on like the on my page. Still people like it. And I'm like, okay, cool, yeah. So obviously, like, those in that investment, if I say we whatever we spent there and we split it,
1,400.
well, that's for
a
music
picture
video
of
and
this.
photo shoot.
Yeah.
If I'm saying just the photos.
Yeah, and I guess it puts in perspective. We put that mass investment to now it pays off a little later. Now we're putting a little less. Now also we have people that believe in us.
Besides so besides having assets, so it's like, okay, I paid someone for a photo shoot. You can look at it like, why, where you spend your money shows your priorities. So that means now I have different assets. So now I have assets because obviously as artists we have to promote and do all these things. So we need assets. So you pay a videographer, you pay this person. So now we have assets. But then also it's the asset of like that money that went out and the energy from that. Because I look at money as also an energy that shifted, like the people that came into our circle. Like, look at how we built just all the connections we made across that money that was spent.
Yeah, absolutely. And if it weren't for those connections, I mean, bro, like, we wouldn't be where we're at. If it weren't for those moments of like, what the fuck are we doing this for? Man, we've had way too many of those moments, right? Like, even that, remember that one yacht party thing? Bro, talk about the yacht party.
Hold up. So the yacht party. So Lance and I were invited by who I believe was Jackie. Yes.
And but it's like a lead down, bro. It's like I hit up this guy on Threads. This guy on Threads connects us to this event.
Yep.
And this event leads us to this girl named Jackie. This
Right.
girl named Jackie fucks with us and wants to be our model on our team.
We did a shoot with her.
She has a modeling event coming up. She invites us. It's a
Yep.
yacht party.
It was very, very odd yacht party too. It was not a yacht. It was like one of those boats. It was a party boat, bro. But not to downgrade anything. Just saying, like,
to know though.
ju-
Yeah, bro. It's not dying. I just didn't want it to overheat, but it's good to know that you have it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
yes. Yo, shout out again. Yo, shout out.
Bro, Mark, we love you, bro. This is the best, bro. Dark Side Studios, if you guys are looking for the studio to be at, guys, you could have your photo shoots. You could have, do you run events here too?
It
You run
looks like
events, bro?
once I came in here, I was inspired.
Wait, can we run our,
Bingo.
we want to release a single release party, do a single release party.
Dope to do here.
We're going to have a single release party here as well. Dark Side Studios. Guys, I mean, we're going to clip this, you already know, but guys, I mean, come on here. You
I
got-
also like how it's almost like a blank canvas, so we can almost like.
I mean, we should do our next photo because I needed a studio to do the next because I didn't want to do an outdoor shoot anymore because we need to do another shoot for our shit. So we'll bring our photographer.
That would be cool.
Run that up with you.
That would be super cool.
But you see how this is what it's like, guys. And again, it led from Jackie to us being on this yacht.
Yes.
And,
then-
tell them about the journey just to get to the fucking yacht, bro.
There was so much. I think I even blocked it out. But from what I can remember,
It was traumatizing,
from
bro.
what I can remember, bro, it was like we drove into the city. Then
shit,
How do we get there?
bro. This was the time where I stole my Jeep. And my
Okay.
Jeep was like starting to break down, bro.
Did
It
we
was
use
like-
Access Link?
We used Uber all the way in. No, and then we found no. We Ubered into the train station.
Wow.
Train station into the city. Then we Ubered, I think, to the spot because
it was further, and we were gonna walk
We were
too. And I
gonna
remember
walk.
walking on the side of the street for a second.
And we were like, hell no. And it was colder for some reason. I remember it being.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be. It was not as. It was like not
we
as
brought
hot as you would have
jackets.
thought it would have been.
Yeah, we brought jackets. I remember because it was cold. And then we end up Ubering. It was this whole fucking journey. We're rushing. We're running because we thought we were
Thought we
late.
were late.
We
Yeah.
get there and the boat is 2 hours late, and we
Yo.
we end up waiting there for 2 hours.
Then the sun kind of came out. Then we ran into Ume.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
no.
meet up.
And then there was this other dude online too that we were.
But the biggest thing about that night, this is what we're trying to get to, is Groovy. Shout out Groovy. He's an artist who genuinely inspires even my
also the
current
way
art.
that happened too is crazy. So once we're on the boat, then it's just like, dude, what is this
Right,
boat,
so
bro?
we're-
and then I think he dapped us up, right? Because
So right, okay, hear me out. We walk around this yacht for 3 hours.
Bro.
We didn't know what to do, right? And then eventually we go upstairs because we thought the whole time it was a VIP only. But we were like, fuck it. We hear the party's
That
upstairs.
was where the party
We've been
was.
missing everything. So we went upstairs, squeezed through the crowd, got all the way to the front. Hear the DJ rock it. DJ stops it. DJ goes, I got a special guest.
Right.
Groovy comes
Then
up.
once that song dropped, I was like, yo,
Girl, you
this is
really
Groovy?
turning me on. I was like, bro, I've never heard this before.
Nah,
first of
because
all.
I knew about that too, and I was like, bro, that's Groovy. Like that song popped because I remember what's his name, B-Jax, and my homie Tom Santos. He worked with a lot of his like producers and stuff, so that was why I knew that. We were like, oh, that song popped off. That's pretty dope. Like they did it.
And then we listened to it. I personally, as an artist who's never seen him, heard it, I'm barely on TikTok like that. And you know, I'm hearing this. His song's beautiful. He's performing it like a goat, and his fit is fire.
Right.
Everything about it, bro. He was shining, bro. I was like, yo, that's something I want to be. And I always give flowers when flowers are due because that's something that I want to be, and I represent that type of a person. Like I got to give those flowers because certain people make the person I am, right? And even his sound currently is what inspires my current sound that's coming out, my new music. But that being
with
said,
the format
with Foreman on the pitch. But either way, that being said, we walk outside because we were like, all right, the song's done. We didn't know what else to do. We walk outside, we squeeze through the crowd, and all of a sudden he come outside too. And my first thing out of my mouth is like, bro, that was fucking amazing. That was so beautiful, bro.
and Alejandro was there, and I was like, yo, and we just started chopping up because there was that mutual knowing of us in the circle. And like when I was in this band, we used to basically chop it up with them. And then next thing we know, we just started. It just happened to be that we linked, and that just made the sense of that moment. And we didn't expect any of that. And it's like most of the time when those things happen, we don't expect any of it. And then when we're going home, we're like, huh, I guess that was why we went there.
Right. No, that's exactly what I remember us on our ride back. We just were so satisfied. We realized because guys, that it's all about the journey. There's like a story about the great king and how, as a young boy, he was just a poor, farm boy, and how the story goes. It's like if God had told him that he would be king. And what journey, because God told him he'd be king one day, but if God had told him what it would take to be king, he would have never done it. And he ended up being
Wow.
a slave. He was a prisoner. He was poor. He was everything, and then eventually became king. But the whole story is like, if God was like, hey, listen, by the way, you're gonna be king, but
You're gonna experience all this triumph, and it's to build you up. because I have to
exactly,
make
you,
sure
you'd be
that-
like, you know what? I think being a farm boy is pretty fire.
Like, you know what? Yeah, just give me the easy version.
There's no easy version though, and a great thing my dad says a lot, and I'm sure it's a quote that's carried through many generations for a reason. He says every quote, is a quote for a reason, or there's a saying it lasts a long time for a reason, and it's what you call it? Damn, it slipped me. What the what was I just saying, Johnny Walker?
The quote about something your dad says.
Oh, if it was easy,
Oh yes.
everybody would be doing it.
If it was easy, everyone would do it. I mean, that's true. That's why they say most of these things are rare. Because at the end of the day, it's only rare because it's not that it's impossible. Just the people who are daring enough, the people who are willing to take a risk, are rare. And
Right.
those are the people that. Because if it was easy, wouldn't we all do it? So
Right.
maybe it's not impossible.
And I mean, you could be a risk taker and be calculated. Who
Boom.
who said
Yeah,
you had to be
calculated-
reckless? And
calculated
fucking,
risk.
Yeah, there's such thing as that, and people got to understand that just because it's a risk involved doesn't mean it's something to pull away from it. Because there's a lot of people that are just scared of risk, period. But hey, bro, if you could calculate it and it makes sense, and there's something that could outweigh another factor, then maybe go
But
get
it's
it.
also like there's a lot of things you do in your day to day that's going to be a risk. Like even if you
Drive a car.
drive a car, it's an everyday risk. It's actually more dangerous to drive a car than it is a plane. So obviously that's a risky thing. Could be you decided to go to the gym. Oh, you could risk injury.
You could have decided to stand next to a vending machine. Supposedly, more people die from vending machines than a shark.
That's a risk, bro. So why not take a risk on yourself when all it is like most? I think a lot of people because you come in the human brain wants you to be comfortable,
Right.
wants you to be safe. So it's like if I don't feel secure, then I'm not safe. So then sometimes your brain just does its best to make you comfortable and safe.
Right.
And then the risk would be going against what your regular nature is. Of just being
Yeah.
comfortable and safe.
Yeah, comfortability is, I think, this whole generation, maybe this whole like from 2000, I don't know, maybe even like millennials, you could even throw in there. But I feel like complacency, comfortability is, I think, our biggest battle.
Right.
Because even back then, I think, they were in World War II. It's like always like a war kind of mentality, and even go more ancestral, it was even worse, right? Like it's always just survival. Like, is the lion gonna eat you? The mountain lion,
Yeah,
right?
that's. I mean, we
So-
have created a very
Yeah. So the only thing we have right now
Comfortable
is
existence.
comfortability as now our actual battle, because then it creates laziness. It creates people that don't want to. I mean, there's people.
because it's almost like you've solved what the original humans' issues were. So now that we solved all the main issues, that were like, hey, there's a foundation here.
So what makes us human then? Right? It almost like throws that out.
Well, it's like we fully have protect. It's like at first you had no shelter. Okay, we need to find shelter. It's like we took care of all the basic needs to the point that okay, you could get comfortable because all your basic needs are taken care of. But what about the overachieving? But it doesn't even have to be looking at overachieving. But
Right.
the second thing, because now that everything's comfortable, listen, you have shelter, food, water, this, that, running water. So now that you have that comfortability, you need to actually push yourself almost a little more.
Yeah.
Pass it.
And that's why we got all these people that are too scared to talk to girls, right? Like, cause it's this new. It's like that's what that's the only thing that they should be, or like that's the only thing left to be anxious about at that point.
Talk to a girl.
Yeah, right. Like, because at that point it becomes like, and that's a big thing in this generation, right? Like, what is it? The percentage before 2020 was 17% of men in the like mid 20s was still a virgin. Now it's 27% in 2026. 27%. So it went up 10%.
Oh, there's a rise in celibacy. Yeah.
That's what you. I mean, maybe a rise of religion, but I wouldn't say that.
Rise of religion.
Maybe it's financial.
I don't know. That's interesting.
Because from what I understand, the lower the financial, the more impoverished areas tend to be the ones that reproduce the most. So if it's still not that case, like, and if economy is supposedly bad, and we're not seeing obviously more popular, like something's not lining up.
Interesting statistic.
Right. So we're just having a lot of men that just can't go up to girls.
It's a fascinating statistic.
That is crazy. That is crazy. And so again, it comes back to like, what else is there left to be survivalistic about? Like, there's nothing to be scared of. So that's where I come to say us, even men specifically, should be putting ourselves in position, like challenges, whether it's a marathon, maybe, our cameraman, John, just did a marathon, right? In Jersey City. Like, these certain challenge. I did an MMA fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, or whatever it might be. I mean, shit, you go through day-to-day challenges, but most people don't have that, right? Because you have a visual impairment, but most people have perfect sight.
Most people actually take for granted the fact that they're visual.
Everything.
Most people are just like they could
On
never
their
fathom
phones.
what
They're
it's.
just glued to their TikTok scroll.
No one could fathom what it would be like if you couldn't see. How different would your life be? Because a lot of us actually, I think the comfortability allowed us all to become so not ungrateful, but a lot of us are just like, yeah, like you just get so used to it that you lose the capacity to be able to say like, wow, the fact that I'm here right now and I can do all this is a blessing.
Right. And that's, you got to step out that comfortable zone. And as more you do that, the more you're going to see these new doors open, these opportunities that you never thought would be available. Your
like
leverage builds.
The I get to mentality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you're like, instead of, I have to do this, I get to. Like, I get to go to the gym and I can actually develop something. because you go like you could think about it. You're almost like a science experiment. You're like, okay, so I get to actually consume protein and work out, and then wow, now I'm getting stronger, seeing changes. All of this has tangible results.
Johnny Walker. Should we wrap this?
This has been a 30-minute one.
This was 30 minutes, and I think this was a really beautifully put. I think we really laid it down to the people. You know, we're doing our music thing. We're putting it out. We got our singles releasing. Maybe I've slowed it down a little bit, but I don't think that's slowed down any other aspect of my art, my creative. Now we're pushing more podcasts. We're gonna be pushing more on the YouTube channel, vlogs. You know, I mean, Johnny Walker. I don't know about you. If you have content on the IG coming
right
out
now. Yeah, shout out to the team, bro. Shout out to Blast. Shout out to Frankie. Shout out to Lance, Yana.
Yeah, shout out my whole team, Yana, Alina, Desi, John. You know, we love you guys.
And whenever this might come out late, but like, oh yeah, if this came out after Tuesday, the 16th of June, oh yeah, is released. Song is fire. Check it out.
And I'll probably have my song Obsession out, so definitely check that out. And we'll be doing a single release party.
Yeah,
so we'll be getting
single
lit.
release party's coming. We have the show, like we said, in August. Yep. Very excited, bro. I'm very excited for what is coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'm calm right now, but I think that's just you know, maybe
it's the calm before the storm.
Type shit. Exactly. And this is the 10,000 hour podcast. You're gonna witness our 10,000 hours, and we're here to stay. And yeah, this was Lance Prince,
Johnny Walker,
and yeah, click like, comment, subscribe, do your thing. We'll see you on the next one. Bow.
W.